Well, hi, I'm John Hart, and welcome back to Mr. America Hart. So the question today is, why are there not so many natural bodybuilders out there? Why is this thing not marketable? Why is it not happening that natural bodybuilders are not praised beyond measure, both publicly, privately, commercially? And two big reasons I'm going to give to you. The first one's going to be the obvious one. The second one's going to be the not so obvious one. The first one is this. The physiques are underwhelming. I mean, at best, compared to the drug counterparts, compared to the enhanced bodybuilders that are out there. There's no doubt. I mean, it's foolish and it's denial to say that, natural bodybuilders look as good as or, comparable to drug bodybuilders. That's just foolishness, because why bother taking the drugs then if that was the case? It's just not the case at all. So the enhanced counterparts, those bodybuilders are enormous. I've trained people out of clients out of Gold's Gym in Venice, World Gym in Venice, the meccas of bodybuilding, and I did that for decades. And I can tell you, and even at the other gyms I've been at around this country and trained people at both, I've run into some monsters at these gyms, and they're walking dinosaurs. They're amazing, and they're amazing to view. They're amazing to watch work out. The amount of weight they can lift, the way they look after being pumped up, amazing, just absolutely amazing. The way they're looking clothes, they're walking dinosaurs walking across the room. So yes. On the other hand, the natural bodybuilders at best look like athletes, very well-trained athletes, and they look like they could play just about any sport. If you see them in their tracksuits or in their workout outfits, or in their clothes, walking down the street, you'd see them and you go, looks like an athletic guy or an athletic girl, that type of thing. It's not until the clothes come off with natural bodybuilders that it becomes obvious that they have a physique underneath there. And I saw that many times myself. The Natural World Championships, I competed in them myself, and I can tell you that, man, backstage, it looked like you're standing among a bunch of boys. This is men's, the best in the world, men's natural, professional bodybuilders. And they look like, thin people in their clothes. They're falling out of their clothes, their sweatpants or their regular clothes. And so at best, we're talking about natural bodybuilders look like really good athletes in their clothes. They look healthy, that type of a thing. Until the clothes come off, and then kapow, 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 you see things all over the place. There's an obvious physique underneath there. So that's the number one reason. The physiques are underwhelming. The number two reason, this was the one I was heading towards, and the one you may not think is so true, and I'll be willing to hear your comments down below in the comments section to this one. But natural bodybuilding is way harder. It's much harder than drug bodybuilding or enhanced bodybuilding with the steroids and the growth hormone, the insulin, all the others. It's much, much harder when it comes to competing, when it comes to even making gains. What do I mean by that? Think for a moment. When it comes to competing, first of all, both bodybuilders, let's take your enhanced and let's take your natural. Both have to go on a diet. This is true. Both have to restrict themselves. This is true. As far as their eating goes. Both, at times, restrict those carbohydrates way out of the diet. So that's true as well. So far, it all sounds kind of even. Both have to still train hard with the weights. That's true as well. So what's the big difference that I'm talking about? The big difference is this. Drug or enhanced bodybuilders, they, for a fact, work very, very hard. They suffer, there's no doubt about it. Dieting, getting in shape, cardio, all of it. It's rough. It's a rough go. And the self-discipline involved, okay? Natural bodybuilders, on the other hand, do not have the advantage, and this is the fact. As they diet down, as they go down in body fat, the longer they go, the further they deplete themselves. Without added hormonal help, their testosterone levels are tanking. So blood tests have proven it. So what happens? The feeling is horrible. I mean, horrible. It's much harder to do natural bodybuilding, to watch your body just shrink, to watch the muscles go flat from a single workout, and not even a workout, of any durable or any length, so to speak. But certainly it's harder to do. It's harder to get up each day and do that type of training when you don't have hormonal assistance. To argue that point is denial. Again, I'd love to hear your comments down in the comment section. To argue that point means you're saying the steroids don't do anything, which again is foolish. Natural bodybuilding is much, much harder. Now, I might look like I'm saying that with a little bit of an attitude. Maybe. I'm not really holding on to any things in the past, although I can kind of remember. And I've heard berating comments towards natural bodybuilders before. And it's not come from enhanced bodybuilders themselves. It's come from their coaches. I find their coaches to be a little less than honorable because they're basically talking out of their behinds. They don't know what it's like to diet and to train and to compete as a natural bodybuilder themselves. Several of them, many of them. I'm not saying all of them. I'm sure some of them have a good perspective. I'm sure some of them have the right perspective. But the coaches themselves in the enhanced arena, the gurus, those guys, I've heard a lot of negative thrown at natural bodybuilders from them. And it's quite arrogant, to be sure. So we're talking about two main reasons why the natural bodybuilding is not so celebrated, is not so commercially viable, is not such an attraction, even for supplement companies. Supplement companies, when you think about it, why would they want to go ahead and drop a lot of money on a natural bodybuilder whose physique, as I just said, is underwhelming compared to their drug counterparts? The companies selling the supplements want you to buy that supplement based on the fact that it made bodybuilder A, the enhanced one, so massive. That's the bottom line. Even if they're not saying it, they want you to believe that. And so therefore, you have to question it along the way. But that's a story for another day. So that's it for today. Talking about natural bodybuilders and why it's just not as popular mainstream. Listen, from my heart to you, I give you this information, and you're about to see pop up on my left, that disc, that familiar disc, that's the subscribe button for my channel, Mr. America Heart. Please give that thing a tap, and YouTube will let you know when the next video is coming up. And down below, straight down there, you're going to find that thumbs up button right there. Tap that thing and make it turn blue, won't you? That'll also let YouTube know that you're enjoying the videos. And we have plenty more on the way this year coming from Mr. America Heart. That's it. Look forward to seeing you next time.